Good morning, people. How are you doing? I'm doing great over here, and I hope you are doing as well. This is Verified Soul, and welcome to this channel and in today's video. This video is as well so important to all the DV winners, including the DV Lottery 2023, because towards the end, you'll learn a lot of information regarding the questions that you've been forwarding on the comment sections. So all of you have to watch this till the end. For the DV Lottery 2024 winners, your time is not yet. That is the time for your interview. As you know, the interviews will begin from October and will run through to the 30th of September 2025. So as we are speaking, it's not yet time. And I want to speak of how you can check your status at the moment. But before that, let me clarify this. Also, your information on the CEAC is not yet. That is the CAC website. Your information is not yet. And you cannot check on that website for your status. Your information will be out from the 1st of January. And therefore, at this very moment, how can you check the progress of your case? The only legal and legit way to check the status of your progress is by contacting KCC. You email KCC and then ask of the progress of your case. And another thing that you need to know is, I know majority of the DV Lottery 2024 winners have already submitted their DS260 forms, and only a few have not. And once you submit your form DS260, then KCC will go through your form. And as they are looking or going through the information on your DS260 form, we say they are processing your DS260. And guys, you should note this, and this is very important. When KCC begins to process DS260 forms, when they decide to process the DS260 forms submitted at a particular time, let me use an example. If they decide to begin to process DS260 forms submitted, let's say in the month of May, all the DS260 forms submitted in that month will be processed regardless of the case number. And then they'll move to another time. Let's say, for example, the month of June. If they take on the month of June, all the DS260 forms submitted in the month of June will be processed regardless of the case number. If it's high or low, that will not matter. And then they move on maybe to the month of July and process all the DS260 forms that were submitted in that month, regardless of the case numbers. I hope you've gotten that. Now, when you send KCC a status request, and at that time, they have not opened your DS260 form yet, or they have opened and they are currently going through the information in there, then this is the email response that you expect to get. And we shall read through it and get some important things that you should know today. This is the email. Thank you for your inquiry. Your forms have been received and are currently processing. Allow several weeks for processing. Interviews are scheduled numerically based on case numbers that have completed processing. Once the Kentucky Consular Center, that is KCC, has finished processing your DS260, you will receive an email from the Kentucky Consular Center giving you instructions to complete in order for your case to continue processing. In order for the Kentucky Consular Center to assist with inquiries regarding a specific diversity visa (DV) case, you must provide the principal applicant's full name, complete case number, and date of birth in the following format: month, day, and year, as entered in the original entry. Please remember that Kentucky Consular Center does not have the authority to tell you whether or not your specific case will be disqualified. Only a consular officer can do that at the time of your visa interview. Do not send any paper documents to the Kentucky Consular Center. For additional information, please refer to the following, and they give you some link down there. Basically, this is the email response that you expect to get if your DS260 form has not been opened or has not been completely processed. Now, some few things we get here: that you should allow for some weeks for processing. So it takes some time for KCC to get to your number and process it. This means it may take any time between 2 weeks and several weeks up to several months. That is a fact. And then interviews are scheduled numerically based on case numbers that have completed processing. And here we get a very important point that raises a lot of questions. And this is regarding the scheduling of case numbers. Clearly, it is indicated that they are scheduled numerically. By numerically, it means from the lowest case number to the highest case number of all the cases that have been processed. And this also brings another point. If you have a considerably lower case number and you fail to submit your DS260 form early enough, you'll find out that someone with considerably higher case number than you will be scheduled for the interview before you, because your case was not processed at the time. You had submitted your case number late, and therefore it was processed later. And this one with higher case number than you, who had submitted the DS260 early enough, will have DS260 form processed and scheduled even before you. So for all the cases that are processed for a particular period, the numbers will be arranged from the lowest case number to the highest case number within that time. And if you have a low case number and you fail to submit it early enough for it to be processed, then you'll find out some higher case numbers scheduled before you, even if that is not the case. So that's why I tell you that submit your case, your DS260 form early, so that when they are scheduled numerically, you are also included and you will receive your interview invitation, that is the 2NL, before someone with higher case number than you. I hope that point clears it all. Another thing that we learn here is that whenever you want to contact KCC, you will need to include the full principal applicant's name as indicated in the initial entry and on the DS260 form, and then your full case number, including the preceding zeros. If you are from Asia, it will be 2024 or 2023 AS, then you put your full case number. And also, you need to indicate the date of birth in the order of month, date, and year. And this date of birth should conform to what you had put in the initial application. That's another thing we learned there. The other thing that we learned from this notification or this response is that only during the interview can you get your visa denied or approved. KCC has no authority to disqualify you. The disqualification comes during the interview if you fail to pass the interview. And then one final thing that we learn, and very important, is that you should not submit any paper document to KCC. So for those who are asking whether they can submit the proof documents, then here is the answer from this response, that you are not supposed to submit any paper documents to them. You should wait for the interview, and during the interview is when you'll go with the proof documents. And this is the email response that you expect to get when you request for the status and your DS260 form hasn't been opened or is being processed. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please remember to subscribe, to like the video, and also to share it out. Let's meet in the next video.